And now, will everyone please rise for the academic procession? Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing and welcome the Cal State LA Senior Music Major Vocal Ensemble, who will sing the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night
Please be seated. Good afternoon, students, honored family members, and friends. I'm Rennie Shefflin, Dean of the College of Arts and Letters. Welcome to the 2018 commencement ceremony. Over the course of your academic career, our faculty, administration, and staff have focused their expertise on your success. They have become your mentors and, for many of you, your colleagues. At this time, I would like to acknowledge and thank the Chair of the Academic Senate, Veena Prabhu, members of the faculty, emeriti faculty, staff, and the administration for assisting our students to excel and to achieve their goals. Will these members of the university community please stand and be recognized? Thank you. You may be seated. Now, please join me in welcoming the President of Cal State Los Angeles, William A. Covino.
Well, congratulations, class of 2018. By the way, that is the best version of the Star-Spangled Banner I have ever heard in my life. It's terrific. How many of the master's students here today are the first in your family to get a master's degree? All right. All right. And how many of the bachelor's degree students are the first in your family to get a bachelor's degree? Terrific. Congratulations. Today we celebrate you. We celebrate all that you've accomplished and all that is yet to come. We celebrate this as a great chapter in the story of your life. During your time here at Cal State LA, we witnessed world-changing moments together. California became the world's 5th largest economy, expanding opportunities that await you as you graduate. Political changes on the national scene created new challenges and new priorities, and the voices of students determined to serve the public good became an even more impactful force for change. During your time here, advances in technology gave us new power, new potential, new ways of sharing the arts, literature, and innovative ideas with an ever-increasing audience. Our day-to-day life has become more full of possibilities for personal growth. And you, class of 2018, you are the creators of tomorrow. I'm glad you agree. And during your time here, you've experienced a personal transformation, one that is as profound as the events that we lived through together. You're not the same person that you were when you first set foot on campus. You came here with a plan to learn more, to focus your major on a career path, perhaps to embark on a new path, and you'll leave Cal State LA with knowledge and experiences that will propel you forward into your careers, into additional research, into transformative activity of all sorts. I hope that you'll always remember the faculty who taught and mentored you and helped you become the accomplished graduate that you are today. the friends who encouraged you, and the community that embraced you. You shared through these years in important events in the life of the university community. Together, we celebrated Cal State LA's 70th anniversary. We launched new initiatives, and we stood in the spotlight when a study in the New York Times ranked Cal State LA #1 in the nation for the upward mobility of our students. And that graduates, that upward mobility designation refers to you and all of the graduates who have come before you, and it promises a very, very bright future for you all. I do expect that the next time the family goes out to dinner, you will pick up the check. Right? 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 Yeah. Okay. Going out to dinner today, I bet, huh? Today, you become alumni of Cal State LA. You join the ranks of more than 245,000 alumni of this university and 3 million alumni of the California State University system. Our outstanding alumni include tennis legend Billie Jean King, Congresswoman Maxine Waters, Congresswoman Lucille Roybal Allard, astronaut Samuel T. Durance, the creator of the Bratz dolls, Isaac Larian, is an alum of ours. You still have your Bratz dolls, some of you? Yeah. All right. They're coming back. They're coming back. Our alums include Dr. Sumanta Pal, the director of the Kidney Cancer Program and Medical Oncology at City of Hope Hospital. They include the founders of Gavinia Coffee, and they include the owners and founders of, wait for it, Porto's Bakery. Yeah. Right. They told me you should not expect any discounts today. I did what I could. So all of these great people are now your fellow alums. And the class of 2018 includes 106 veterans who have served our nation with valor and then returned to earn a degree. I would like to ask that all of the veterans in the House today, among our parents and families and friends, and among our graduating class, all of the veterans here, please stand and let us thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you for your service. As you all know, the College of Arts and Letters is nationally renowned. It is home to an expert and distinguished faculty who've taught you to bring new perspectives, new talents, fresh ideas, and high ambitions to your future. Here, our students learn the vital role of the arts and humanities in our society. And we are the home to the state-of-the-art Television, Film, and Media Center, which produces the entertainment industry leaders of today and tomorrow. Students like J.J. Vasquez receive a stellar education in the arts that primes them for success in their chosen fields. JJ's dream is to become the president of production for a film company. and his Cal State LA education is helping him to succeed in the industry. At Cal State LA, JJ earned a Bachelor of Arts in Television, Film, and Media Studies, then returned a few years later to study for a master's degree. His professors took time with him, sharing knowledge learned from their experiences working in the industry, connecting him with industry professionals and career opportunities that helped him learn film production. JJ's put his education to work. He co-produced The Shadow Hours, a sci-fi short film that premiered at this year's WonderCon. Dragon Ball Z, Light of Hope, a Japanese anime, and a live-action trailer for the Power Rangers Shattered Grid comic book that's captured the attentions of notables in the industry. JJ's works received awards at several film festivals. He's a member of the Television Academy and the National Association of Latino Independent Producers. On campus, JJ mentors students as a peer counselor, and he works part-time as a teaching associate. Today, he graduates magna cum laude with a Master of Fine Arts in Television, Film, and Theater. And he is now a producer with Locomotion Pictures. Congratulations, JJ. Thank you. So, graduates, like JJ, you're headed to communities that you will energize and empower with all that you've learned, with the Cal State LA values that you carry, with your experiences as a part of this rich intellectual community. That's why today's commencement is such a monumental event for communities across Los Angeles and for wherever you call home. When you walk across the all right, there's a home getting a shout out. When you walk across the stage, you're not just walking for yourself, you're walking for the places you love. And the place that we love here at Cal State LA is LA, right? Last month, we launched the greatest fundraising effort in the university's history. We call it We Are LA, the campaign for Cal State LA. We chose that name because graduates of Cal State LA represent the best of Los Angeles because of the dedication and knowledge that you're carrying with you wherever you're headed, wherever you will live and work. The people in those places can look forward to an even better future because of you. So you're walking for the places you love, and you're also walking for the people you love. You didn't accomplish this important goal alone. Those who you love inspired and motivated you and helped you out at points along the way. In that spirit, then, I would like to ask all of the mothers and fathers of our graduates to please stand and let us thank you. Now you remain standing. I want to add the grandmothers and grandfathers, the aunts and uncles, the sisters and brothers, the nieces and nephews, the spouses, partners, and significant others, the children, and all of the friends of the class of 2018. Thank you all so very much. In so many ways, you all made this day possible for your graduate, and we're very, very grateful. So graduates, pretty unforgettable day, I think, an unforgettable chapter in the story of your life. Today, you stand on the peak of a great mountain, looking at the world and looking at your future, and you climbed that mountain. And there you are looking at other mountain peaks surrounding you, many of them higher than the one you're on right now. They represent other goals and challenges that will populate your future and lead you on to greater and greater things. Don't be daunted by the heights of your dreams and challenges. Remember, you've learned here at Cal State LA how to reach the top. You are a golden eagle, and you will soar. Congratulations.
Thank you, President Covino. Our student address will be delivered by Kimberly Antoinette Roberson. Kimberly was born and raised in West Los Angeles. She transferred to Cal State LA in the fall of 2016 from Los Angeles Trade Tech, where she earned an AA degree in liberal arts. Kimberly hopes to gain success as an actress and a writer. Today, Kimberly is graduating with a Bachelor of Arts in Theater Arts and Dance with an option in performance. Please join me in welcoming Kimberly Roberson.
Wow. Give it to me. Give it to me. Yes. Wow. Look at all of this love and support in this building. Like, I feel so honored. I feel like Beyonce or like Oprah. Like, this is serious. I am honored to stand in front of you all today and say that in less than 1 hour, I will have accomplished a 12-year goal. I have never tested myself as much as I have during my educational journey here at Cal State LA. Sleepless nights, rehearsals, group projects, homework, midterms, lab hours, parking, and parking. Bad eating, all while trying to find time to work out. Now, it can seem like a lot at first, but once you're in the middle of doing, you have no time to stop and think about the load that you're actually taking on. Have you ever done something that scares you? I have. I come from a line of college graduates, but for whatever reason, school and I have never quite met eye to eye. So I decided to take my time and attend a junior college after high school, thinking I didn't have to take it seriously or I could take a class here or there. You can imagine the reaction I received from my family when I took a break from school that lasted a little over 3.5 years to work a city job driving the Metro bus. Now, I had my heart set on being an actor, but I was driving a bus for the city. I never found the correlation. Driving the bus wasn't getting me where I wanted to be in life. I knew I wasn't happy and I needed to change. I wrote down a thought I had during this time, and I'd like to share it with you. I've sat for far too long. Has my routine become my reality, or am I so comfortable about my future that I will sit until tomorrow? Now, this reflection is about knowing your potential, but settling with unhappiness. I've always wanted my BA. I mean, you always hear people talk about college, how it's the best years of their life. They learn so much, they discover themselves, and they have everlasting friendships. And so I started thinking, okay, so you're going back to school. But what exactly is it that you want to go back to school for? Because if you go back for what someone else suggests you go back for, you're living out their dream for you. And what if you're still unhappy working a job that you don't want to do? So I had to follow my heart, and it led me here to Cal State LA. And theater it is. Yes. I worked overnight shifts. Now, mind you, I said I was a Metro bus operator, right? Overnight shifts. Driving down Wilshire from Commerce to Santa Monica to Commerce and down Venice, Pico, just so I could attend school as a full-time student. Financial aid was non-existent for me, so paying out of pocket was my only option. I told myself if I was going to do this, I had to be completely in. No more second guessing. I had to be so in. I had to stop being so hard on myself and tell myself I was okay. And as my instructor, Marissa Pitts, would say, just breathe. I learned to appreciate the small things and continue to be grateful. It's so easy to look at the negative. Sometimes you have to stop, take a step back, and put things into perspective. Don't worry about writing the story of your future. Live in real time. My years spent here at Cal State LA have gone by extremely fast. I no longer consider myself an actor, but I've discovered that I'm an artist. I acknowledge how great of a writer I am, how good I am with special effects makeup, and my eye for detail in directing. Cal State LA has given me these tools and the confidence to execute them in the real world and find a career that I'm happy doing. I want to thank Randy Trapitz for helping me see the scene from a director's chair and allowing me to write and pushing me. Professor Meredith Greenberg. You have heard all of our cries and guided us through classes and career paths. Thank you for being a friend. Thank you for listening. Thank you to Professor Haley, who put me in an advanced contemporary dance class. Thank you for being so passionate and kind and knowing all about the art of dance. The faculty here at Cal State LA help students discover their purpose. They always make themselves available to our needs. If there's an idea a student has, they will make sure that they spend their spare time helping us. And if it's taking us home after a long rehearsal or allowing us to dig in their food during their lunchtime, they're always willing to do the extra. Thank you all. Thank you to all of the families of the graduates in the class of 2018. I'm sure you have seen us walking around looking like zombies after being stuck behind a computer screen for hours working on assignments. We thank you. We love you. We acknowledge your kind words, your support, and your patience. Thank you to my parents, Barbara and Gary Roberson. Where would I be without you? We all have sacrificed so much to get to this point right here. So savor the feeling right now. Our undergraduate journey is over. No more waiting in that Starbucks line hoping to get to class on time. Oh no. No more sleeping in your car in the courtyards or in the library, in the green room that we didn't have for a year. I've made great friendships here, as you guys can see. And I know that we will all do our best in the next chapter of our life. So savor the feeling right now. We all have hustled to get to this point. Now, graduates, take a deep breath. Embrace all of your hard work, achievements. This is just the beginning of what more is to come. You've all heard my story. I encourage you all to do things that scare you. I've been scared. I've been told I would fail, to give up, don't even try. And then I remember that fearless child I once was, who dreamed she could be whatever she wanted to be as long as she believed. I cannot let her down. Remember the dreams and hopes that you had, they're still there. Speak it into existence. Thoughts you haven't even formulated yet can happen. As far as you reach is as far as you'll soar. Don't ever stop reaching. Take the leap, Start over and dare to dream. I dare you. Congratulations, class of 2018.
Thank you, Kimberly. Among the students earning baccalaureate degrees are those who will graduate with academic honors. Dr. Patrick Sharp, Associate Dean of the College of Arts and Letters, will acknowledge these students. Dr. Sharp.
Got to get to that point in the script. Here we are, Sharp. All right. The university grants the baccalaureate degree with Latin designations summa cum laude, magna cum laude, or cum laude to students who maintain an outstanding academic record while earning their degrees. These students wear gold braids draped on their black gowns to mark their outstanding academic accomplishments. Will the candidates for graduation with honors please rise and be recognized? Thank you. Please be seated. Now it's my pleasure to introduce the Chief Academic Officer of the University, Dr. Lynn Mahoney, Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs. Dr. Mahoney.
President Covino, I present to you the candidates for degrees in the College of Arts and Letters. They have met all of the requirements for their respective degrees and are recommended by the university faculty who taught them.
The recipients for the Master of Arts, Master of Fine Arts, and Master of Music from the College of Arts and Letters will now be hooded on stage.
Master of Arts, Art.
Sandra Patricia Rodriguez.
Frank Mejia.
Gabriela Melendez.
Marsha L. Austin.
Taj Alani Jackson.
Master of Fine Arts, Art.
Bianca Lorena Miranda.
Teresa Marie Carrasco.
Raquel Rojas.
Jing Sun.
Master of Arts, Interdisciplinary Studies, Visual Cultures Studies.
Melissa Ali Ignacio.
Master of Arts, Theater Arts.
Vanessa Pime Nelson.
Master of Fine Arts, Television, Film, and Theater.
Mercedes Caitlin Shegesvari.
J.J. Vasquez.
Tiffany Dawn Washington.
Moises Guerrero.
Kristen Elizabeth Priest.
John Dunel Compere.
Athena Marie Ross.
Joanne Elizabeth Mendelson.
Yvette Carla Herrera.
Akansha Prabune.
Master of Arts, Music.
Darnell Jones. Master of Music, Music.
J.K. Lim.
John Lawrence Ballinger.
Roberto Diaz.
Christopher Jesus Estrada.
Say-Mi Lee.
Derek Thomas Jameson.
Jennifer Muller Leffler.
Timothy Joseph Maluth.
Desiree Marie Gonzalez.
Masters of Arts in Music.
And Ana Maria de la Cruz.
Congratulations to these graduates. The candidates for baccalaureate degrees will now be presented on stage.
Bachelor of Arts, Art.
Jimena Laura Lasso.
Julianne Marie Emmy.
Nadira Haurigi.
Clarissa Elena Hidalgo.
Annette Veronica Gomez.
James Christopher Cano.
Cristal Haro.
Ashley Monica Garcia.
Diana Tapia.
Alberto Rodriguez.
Priscilla Sarai Fajardo.
Sharon Quing Shu.
Serena Jacqueline Merritt.
Vanessa Carolina Castellanos.
Brian Koo.
Howard Andrew Holcomb.
Micah Bennett.
Gabriel Villa.
Sarah Christina Lofthouse.
Cameron Alexander Zavala.
Valeria Balagan.
Mary Josephine Alipatwa Torrio.
Oscar Harvey Campos.
Alfonso Omar Ortega.
Rosario Carmina Cetina.
Mariah Susana Gonzalez.
Rebecca Danielle Rojas.
Kelsey K. Gillis.
Anthony Ryan Fisher.
Thomas Miguel Rodas.
Harvey Gui.
Simeon Medina Santana.
Victoria Ann Saldana.
Edwin Jesus Juarez.
John Chen.
Anthony Francisco Serrano.
Marlene Gaitan.
Eric Antonio Garcia Acosta.
Christine E. Lopez.
Hitoe Naomi Hiraki.
Nina Ruth Gibson.
Sonia Lafabadi.
Amy Chang.
Emma Celestine Ramey.
Jovina L. Pranolo.
Pamela Macapili Antenor Cruz.
Bailey Joyce Hobbs.
Melissa Andrea Ahumada.
Jimmy Japet Guevara Viquez.
Jesse Edward Chacon.
David Lee.
Edith Artunian Kashishi.
Hazel Sanchez.
Chai In.
Zening Chao.
Virginia Vicky Roman.
Mariela Mendez.
Milan Ariel Harper.
Maya Ashley Harper.
Tondrea Najee Linda Faye Beasley.
Adam Michael Avalar.
Jose Villalta.
Angelique Davison.
Scott Michael Campili.
Diana Ramirez Perez.
Rimar Uman Ruben.
Adam Zygmunt Vargas.
Raymond Hu.
Adetomi Pelumi Fajemison.
Danny Molina.
Araceli Garcia.
Kimberly Gutierrez.
Nicolo Gobi.
Randy Gomez.
Grace Yuria Mijara.
Euclides A. Fuentes.
Marshall Simile.
Andrew Tien Kim Dong.
Ian Acosta.
Kelsey Ellis Molnar.
King Khan Renan.
Piper Kathleen Brown.
Melody Maggette Kakejian.
Alejandra Perez Hernandez.
Leslie Carina Casares.
Tammy Newen.
Cristina Perez.
Jessica Colleen Mudo.
Ingrid Sarai Castillo.
April Valerie Ramos.
Connie Mendoza.
Alfredo Barajas.
Calvin Wu.
Jalise Gabriela Fletcher.
Stella Maruma.
Caitlin Amy Mickall. Bachelor of Arts.
China Monique Barron.
Bachelor of Arts in Music.
Mario Andres Pantoja.
Pauline Elizabeth Hall.
Yesenia Segura.
Elise Angelica Tankowitz.
Wiping Vivian Tung.
Gianna Halpin.
Bachelor of Music, Music.
Yuri Lee.
Michael Anthony Villa.
Sergio Carranza Diaz.
Gabriel Amasan.
Francis Wu.
Rodrigo Daniel Barrera.
Rigoberto Carrillo.
Jorge Gustavo Garcia.
Grace Yamilet Samayoya.
Noelia Barajas.
Maxwell Dehan Lee.
Amanda Marina Summers.
Aaron James Oswald.
Elaine Guest.
Joshua Duran Escutia.
Valerie Aide Espinosa.
Drew Daniel Martinez.
Rachel Lynn Schlenz.
Ana Rangel.
Suzanne Edwards.
Scott Aaron Martin.
Emilio Antonio Corrales.
Bachelor of Arts, Theater Arts and Dance.
Brianna Lauren Patterson.
Maricar Fontanilla Alba.
Anita Nicole Vasquez.
Jorge Becerra.
David Glenn Larson.
Janice Crystal Castillo.
Brittany Thrift.
Andrew Paul Bonilla.
Dewey Fathu Lee.
Caitlin Elizabeth Ryan.
Rosarelli Alexa Cruz.
Emmy Christine Sukara.
Jackson Hahn.
Cesar Ramirez Gamiño.
Tamara K. Hamming.
Cynthia Renee Schutten. Cynthia Renee Schutten.
Misato Shimogata.
Leonel Núñez.
Jezebel Yanet Gonzalez Camacho.
Domingo Ramirez.
Kimberly Kimbo Roberson.
Martha Corrine Turner.
Darcy Britannia Hernandez.
Kalina Rianne Stell.
Sinova Ann McLeod.
Nayla Savannah Marie Hall.
Celeste Nicole Alvarez.
Joanna Reyes.
Bachelor of Arts, Television, Film, and Media Studies.
Krista Nicole Salazar.
Alan Santillanes.
Gregory Lamar Bates.
Jesse Emmanuel Landaverde.
Jacqueline Quiroz.
Miguel Lorenzo Lamas.
Kevin Eduardo de la Rosa.
Omar Escobar.
Irene Jimenez.
Julia Balayan.
Hillary Michelle Davila.
Emma Veronica Avalos.
Brisa Marisol Domínguez.
Colin Finn Carnahan.
Daniel Sam Altaher.
Harut Darmanchian.
Eli Tahan.
Tigran Solakian.
Pablo Valentín del Río.
Cristian Josué Duarte.
Patrick Linus Adamos.
Andrew Koji Nakamaru.
Naomi Elizabeth Gonzalez.
Miranda Ann Puello.
Stephanie Itzel Amaya.
Marissa Joyce Young.
Sandy Altamirano.
Norman Martinez Velasquez.
Alfredo Medina Jr.
Saika Lichelle Petrie.
Lacey Hart Armstrong.
Roger J. Pironi.
Brian Hefner.
Michael Acevedo.
Tania Alicia Merlos.
Nicole Efsef.
Bao Jun Vincent Chun.
Clark Catherine Curry.
Raylene Zianya Arcides.
Osvaldo Fregoso.
Justin Tyler Sandoval.
Luis Gonzalo Gutierrez.
Christian Kirchhoff.
Derek Michael Mendez.
Sergio Gomez Mata.
Jomar Dina Tianco.
Benjamin James Bowen.
Jennifer Jung.
Erin Marie Yvonne Collins.
Eman Clayton Allende Payne.
Cristian Iván Beltrán Herrera.
Stephanie Patricia Ruiz.
Delcia Valdovinos.
Paul Joseph Dominguez Jr.
Dolores Teresa Bianchini.
Jennifer Marie Lopez.
Dylan Gunaratna.
Brent Aaron Wayman.
David Ramon.
Juan Ramon.
Michael Allen Foster II.
Nicholas Nolasco.
Clarisa Hernandez.
Angel Mesa.
Christian Jimenez.
John Arunarsirakul.
Alexandria Joy Webb.
Brianna Lenice Miller.
Michelle Macias.
Camille Whitener.
Carlos Eduardo Limón.
Natalia Joanne Baeza.
Daniel Justin Crenshaw.
Franklin Morales.
Brian Angel Cuyuch.
David Richard Ruiz.
Iran Victor Franklin.
Julian Davila Jr.
Carlos Alfonso Enriquez Villatoro.
Ashley Catherine Reyes.
Matthew David Leyva.
Christopher Van Vorst Ryan.
Mallory April Cruz.
Jennifer Murua.
Guadalupe Emily Flores.
Jose Javier Elizondo.
Alexandria Lynn Bell.
Tony Renea Reveles.
Anaís Elizabeth Aro.
Michael Thomas Gonzalez.
Alex Robert Orozco.
Jonathan Peter Nayum.
Flavio Gomez.
David Trinidad.
Joanna Alvarez.
Crystal Manuel.
Roxanne Marie Valle.
Selena Isaya Orellana.
Lydia Savon Alexander.
Victor Hugo Salguero Jr.
Giovanni Alberto Hernandez.
Sarah Michelle Peña.
Stephanie Sanchez.
Nathaniel Austin Ochoa.
Victor M. Picena.
Mike Nelson.
Lido John Palma.
Jonathan Enrique Rodas.
Jorge Alberto Martínez.
Ryan Kazuo Goto.
Arturo de Jesús Barroso Iriarte.
David Chow.
Andrés J. Cruz.
Stephanie Amanda Rosales.
Alfredo Hernández.
Alexis Nicole Thrower.
Erica Elise Steele.
Yamani Wallace.
Iman Swabin.
Alexis Juan Salome.
Chan Pong Matthew Chen.
Michaela Manuel.
Marilyn Alejandra Welch.
Tanya Escalona.
Brenda Araceli Andrade.
Monica Rebecca Valentine.
Alexandra Kim Savio.
Maya Ibrahim.
María Paula Intriago.
Sochi Gomez Peña.
Mallory Nicole Wilkins.
Marcus Alexis Escobar.
Javon Juanita Crumby.
Ted Jin.
Michael Montes.
Matthew Akihito Tokono.
Angel Martinez.
Sierra Dominique Gutierrez.
Aaron Christopher Espinosa.
Alyssa Marie Reyes.
Betty Malia Efemia Green.
Lori Lee Dalatan Paris.
Davidil Martinson Castellano.
Mario Everardo Torres Torres.
Adela Tobon.
Jonathan Stephen Tarosian.
Sergio Dominic Ramirez.
Barry Brown Martinez.
Michael Ray Acosta II.
Maria Fernanda Castro.
Judith Cristina Alvarado.
Stephanie Martinez.
Okechukwu Patrick Awuchi.
Christian Velez Rodriguez.
Juan José Esqueda.
Huang Tran.
Mansour Akbari.
Olga Correa.
And finally, Daisy Xiomara Coros.
All right. We have a little more to do here. We've got to make this a little more official. I was told that the College of Arts and Letters is very subdued. All right, will the candidates for master's degrees please rise if you're able? By the authority vested in me by the state of California and by the trustees of the California State University, I hereby confer upon you the master's degree for which you qualify with all the rights, privileges, and honors pertaining thereto. Congratulations. I'm going to have you sit down for a minute now, and I'm going to ask the candidates for baccalaureate degrees to please rise if you're able. All right. By the authority vested in me by the state of California and by the trustees of the California State University, I hereby confer upon you the baccalaureate degree for which you qualify with all the rights, privileges, and honors pertaining thereto. Now, you can move your tassel from the right to the left. Congratulations. Okay, let's have the entire class of 2018 stand up. Congratulations. You are now alumni of Cal State LA.
I would like to thank all of the university staff, faculty, students, and volunteers involved in organizing the 2018 commencement ceremony, and acknowledge the members of the Honors Convocation and Commencement Advisory Committee. Please join me in giving them a round of applause. At the conclusion of the ceremony today, we invite you to join us for a reception in the patio area of the music building. Guests and graduates are all welcome. At this time, the university hymn will be performed by the Senior Music Major Vocal Ensemble, which will be accompanied by the Cal State LA Brass Quintet. The lyrics may be found inside your program.
Hail to thee.